A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Obviously not a lot, so I'm super excited about it. She's no longer a fragile human being that needs protection all the time. She's stronger, she has more abilities. The last line was so fucking good. I finished the book and oh my fucking god. It's been hundreds and hundreds of pages, like funny flirting, teasing each other, and now we finally have the real deal. Because I have some exciting news to tell you guys. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and a new reading vlog. As you all know, if you watched my previous reading vlog, I reread A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, which for a lot of people are this like nostalgic fantasy series that got them into reading. I don't have that nostalgic feeling towards it. I read it for the first time in 2020, I believe, so like 3 years ago. For the first time, I'm so late to the party, like I know, but I really enjoyed it, and since then I haven't reread the series, so I thought it would be time, and I completed the first book, and now in this vlog I am going to read the second book, which is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is a lot heavier and a lot bigger than the first one, so I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. It's a reread, so it shouldn't take too long, but at the same time it's fantasy, it's pretty hefty, and I tend to get bored very easily with fantasy books, unfortunately. Even though I've read it, I know what's gonna happen, but I do not remember all the details. There's a lot of things that's gonna be new to me because I'm not gonna remember all of them. That's just me. But I have actually started it already. I am on page 88, so I've just about started it, but I feel like a lot of things has happened even though I've only read 88 pages. So that's good. At least I don't feel like it's so, or like boring as of now. There is going to be spoilers in this reading vlog. I think I'm going to have that in the title just so like that we're clear, so that people don't get upset over me, because it's hard to do reading vlogs like this without spoiling anything. I feel like it's kind of difficult for me to not spoil things when I'm describing what's going on, you know? And I want to discuss it with you guys. I want to like experience it again with you guys. So of course I want to talk about all the important things that are happening in the series. Okay, so the first book ended with Feyre saving Tamlin from under the mountain, and it was just a very successful ending. And now in the second book we have them together again. They are ready to get married. They are planning their wedding, but they don't have the mating bond. I think I talked about this before. The mating bond is like a bond in this world that clicks, you know, with your soulmate, and you can't really choose who it's going to be. It just happens, and the mating bond has not clicked yet for these two, because like you will feel it. So Feyre and Tamlin doesn't really know if it's going to happen. Obviously they hope for it because they're getting married, but it just hasn't happened yet, and it's not something that you can control over. And Feyre is kind of feeling like a prisoner in Spring Court because Tamlin won't really let her do anything because he's scared that she will get hurt. So he kind of just lets her be at the house at Spring Court, which obviously upsets Feyre, and she wants to be able to fight, she wants to be able to defend herself, learn things, but Tamlin is really just against that. So obviously that creates kind of a big conflict right now between these two. All like they're both so stubborn in their own way and have like a really strong will of what they want. And then we have of course Rhysand, who comes in to claim his bargain in the middle of all the festivities for the upcoming wedding. He kind of comes in and ruins it, because as you guys remembered, Rhysand made a deal with Feyre to heal her if she agrees to spend 1 week with him each month back in Night Court, because he's the High Lord of the Night Court, and Tamlin is the High Lord of the Spring Court. So he takes her for the first time for 1 week back in Night Court, and I think that Feyre is surprised over how that turned out. She's obviously not a big fan of Rhysand, but I think she's kind of changing her mind about that. Like, I know what's gonna happen, and you guys probably know what's gonna happen, but if you don't, it's funny, because this is where it all starts. So what she expects when she gets there is like, she's gonna be held captive, he's gonna make her do, you know, shitty chores, whatever. But you know what he does? You know what he fucking does? This week, the first week, I'm gonna teach you how to read. And another week, he will teach her how to fight, to defend herself, and it's just like, I think she's just surprised over that. Why would he help me, you know? And it's kind of getting a conflict between all of these, because Tamlin really wants to just like keep her in the house, let him take all the battles to protect her, whilst Rhysand really wants to teach her to be able to defend herself because she's not someone's possession. He's saying to her like, you should be able to do things on her own, and she's kind of conflicted right now because of what Rysand is saying to her. How can I say this? Like, I think he's kind of making a mess in the relationship. He's kind of making their relationship a bit rocky, you know? And we all know where that's going. Also, what I think is a really big deal right now with Rysand and Feyre is that they have this bond connection through their minds that I believe they got when he healed her. I think that's like when the mind bond was created. So Rysand can communicate with Feyre through his mind, and he can read her thoughts and feel her feelings, which is obviously like pain in the ass, but also like think about how deeply that connection is. Like, he can hear her deepest thoughts, and he can feel when she's feeling bad or down or stressed or, you know, terrified for her life or happy. Like, he can really feel all those stuff and hear all those stuff. So it's a kind of beautiful bond, and that kind of connects these two again, because he's kind of noticing things that Tamlin isn't noticing, obviously, because like he can't read her mind, but Rysand can, so obviously he will understand her better. It's kind of obvious, but also I think it's important here. But it's not used in a bad way, like he's taking advantage of her by reading her thoughts. It's not like that. He's actually teaching her how to build up a shield to keep people like him away from her mind. So he's helping her to keep people off her mind and to build up a shield and to protect herself. So he's not using it in a bad way. He's actually like using it in a pretty good way, a nice way, a beautiful way. So I think Feyre is very conflicted right now, and Rysand also tells her some things about a war coming and where Tamlin stands in that, and Feyre doesn't really know what to believe in, because Tamlin says one thing and Rysand says one thing. So she's very conflicted right now, which obviously is understandable. But yeah, so we have the first visit from Rysand and the first week at the Night Court. Now she's back in the Spring Court, and page 88, and we already have had more spice in this book than we had in the entire first book. So 88 pages, and we had more spice than in the entire first book. So that tells you something, you know, if you're into that. But yeah, it is a Saturday. It's April 29th. I think it's around 4 o'clock. I've actually worked all day. I ended at 3, so I kind of just gotten home. So I haven't read anything today, but I'm planning on reading tonight. I'm actually going to pack my bag and head to my boyfriend's place. We are gonna have a cozy night, order food, maybe bake something, watch movies, I don't know. I'm gonna take my book with me, obviously, to try to read some, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I don't have to be up early tomorrow because I work late, so that's nice. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a chill evening, and I'm very excited about it. But yeah, I will update you guys when I have an update on the book. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see.
I'm not thinking about the way you keep my world from spinning. I'm just thinking about your eyes. Just don't know if I've been faking or pretending, but I know I never felt so damn alive. I don't know if I believe the information given, that there is someone by your side. Coming back inside my body for a second, there is no way that I'm never gonna try.
Hello guys, it is around 1 o'clock. I just got home from my boyfriend's apartment, and I have to head to work in like around 15 minutes because I start at 2 today and I work this evening. But I wanted to hop on here and update you around the book because I did not read last night, but I did read this morning at my boyfriend's apartment before I left while he played video games. I read. Lovely. And I've gotten up to page 171, so that's definitely progress that I'm glad I made. So I'm excited that I got some reading done, and I'm definitely getting into this book now. I feel like the first one was like A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's good, it's the start of everything, but it's pretty damn boring in comparison to this one, like, already. And I knew that because I read it, but I forgot. And this is already so much more interesting, and we all know the reason for that. You know, it's Rhys, because Tamlin, we don't like him. He's like standable in book 1, but in this book already, and I'm just started the book, like I'm not far into the book because it's a pretty big book, so we have a lot more that's gonna happen. Tamlin is just so unlikable, and Rhys is likable, so of course we're gonna enjoy it more, you know, because it's Rysand. So as I mentioned, this huge conflict, and that's like the still main thing right now, or has been up until now, is this huge conflict between Tamlin and Feyre. You know, because Feyre obviously changed under the mountain in the end of book 1. She's no longer a fragile human being that needs protection all the time. She's stronger, she has more abilities that obviously needs to be trained, sure, but Tamlin won't let her train them. He refuses to help her, train her, evolve her. Feyre kind of thinks that, you know, Tamlin liked the whole fragile human thing, that, you know, that just needs protection and to be locked up in the house, which Feyre obviously is not okay with, and she's starting to become fed up for real. She's been fed up for a while, obviously, but she's starting to kind of becoming not okay with this anymore, and like, this is the man that she's supposed to marry in a bit, so she's really just like, it's just a huge conflict right now. And we had this scene where Tamlin was leaving again. You know, he leaves to go on fights, to visit nearby villages, I don't really know, to doing the royalty stuff, and Feyre is never allowed to come. And this time she asked him for the first time, like out loud, can I come? And we all know what the answers were, and they had a big fight, and there and then for the first time she was like, you know, I'm done, I'm fed up with this. And we all know that Feyre and Rhysand has this connection through their mind, so Rhysand could, you know, feel what she was feeling, and like came kind of to her rescue and took her to the Night Court, and that's where she is now. And you know, it was kind of like a kidnapping, but at the same time, when they sat down and talked at the Night Court, you know, she was happy to be there, and she does not want to go back to Tamlin. So Rhysand kind of rescued her because he felt how miserable she was there, and she's starting to think that Spring Court might not be her home anymore. And yeah, she's just really contemplating everything right now, like Spring Court, Tamlin. Is that really where I want to be? And Rhysand is also pissed off because of Tamlin, and he's also pissed off at Feyre for letting her be treated like that. And he's trying to talk some sense into her, that like, is this really how you want to be treated? Is this really how you want to be living like a fucking pet? That what set her off. He never like physically or literally locked her up. She couldn't come to do anything, but what made her like really want to leave was when he put magic on the house, so she physically couldn't leave. Then like, she was done. She felt like a prisoner, and she was like, what am I doing here? She's starting to think that she was a fool in love to let her be treated like that, and she's starting to think that, wow, she could have lived like in ignorance her entire life as a pet, and she obviously doesn't want that. She's thinking that she was a lonely and hopeless person, and let herself fall in love with the first thing that came along that was kind and made her feel protected and safe back when she was a fragile human. She's now changed. She doesn't really feel like that's what she wants right now. It may be what she wanted back then, to feel safe and protected, you know, but that's not how she wants right now, and that's not what she wants anymore. So that's like the huge thing right now, the huge conflict. And yeah, it's crazy because we had an entire book with Tamlin, and we have only like so little of Rhysand so far, and he's already so much more likable, and crazy what a difference, like an eye-opener that is. So Feyre is now at Night Court with Rhysand, and he wants her to work with him, to be an ally, and you know, he wants to train her to be her best self, and he's showing her around, meeting his family and his friends, and it's just all very nice right now back in Night Court. And I feel like she already feels more at home in Night Court than she ever did in Spring Court, which is also like so fucking terrible because she's spent so much time in Spring Court and she's only just arrived for real in Night Court, and she already feels more at home and people are more friendly and she feels included, you know, because I think that's the problem. She's been treated like a fucking princess that can't do anything by herself. Like, she's just supposed to paint, look pretty, plan parties. Like, she's not been included in anything back in Spring Court, but now in Night Court she is. Rhysand tells her about everything. He includes her with the plans. Like, she's allowed to do things. It's just such a major difference, and she's finally starting to realize that. He's also showing her the one and only city that's left, because this threat, the same threat that took Tamlin captive in the end of book 1, who made Feyre do this, you know, 3 trials to save Tamlin. I think her name is Amaratha. This woman is very evil, and she destroyed like all the lands and all the cities in this world 50 years ago, but Rhysand managed to keep one city hidden. That's like, and this is like the only city left that's not destroyed. So Rhysand takes her there, and it's such a beautiful city. It's called Valeries, and I believe it's the city of Starlight. So yeah, he takes her there and introduces her to his home and his friends, and it's just all really you know, I don't know, it's just different. And I think Fairy is starting to realize that, you know, this might feel more like home. So yeah, it's an interesting plot that we have right now. And yeah, I'm excited. I've also read it before, you know, but I'm still excited for what's to come because I can't remember details. So I can't remember like how Tamlin reacts when he's gonna notice that Fairy is gone and is in Spring or is in Night Court willingly. So I'm excited to see how like that's gonna be, and hopefully like he will finally really realize how badly he treated Fairy, and that just fucked up. But yeah, I'm excited. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to read any more today because I have to head to work in like 5 minutes, and I'm gonna get home late tonight, and I have work early tomorrow morning, so I need to be in bed right when I get home tonight. But I'm hoping to get some reading done tomorrow after work, and on Tuesday I'm off, so that's very exciting. At least I got some reading done this weekend, which I'm happy about. And unfortunately, I don't have any movie updates because I fell asleep within 10 minutes of starting a new movie last night with my boyfriend. So I'm gonna have to come back to you guys with that one because I don't remember a thing. But it was a Jim Carrey movie, an old one I think, that we haven't seen, that we wanted to watch. But I can't say much, so I will get back to you on that one. Hello guys, it is Tuesday. It's around like 2 o'clock in the evening. No, I'm sorry, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm off today. It's my first day off in a while. I've worked the entire weekend. It's been a long and fucking tough weekend, so I'm very excited to be off today. And I'm taking it chill. I slept in with my boyfriend. We ate breakfast together and I'm home. I filmed, that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to film one video at least. And I think I'm about to take off my makeup and get on the balcony and get some sun to my face because I want to do that also when I'm off. It's how to spend a sunny day. Like, I'm so happy when I'm out in the sun. But I wanted to update you guys on the book because I read some this morning and yesterday I believe, and I've gotten up to page 243, so that's a little bit of a progress even though I have a lot left because it's a big book. I don't really think like I have major changes to say or major updates to say. We just have Fairy, you know, in Night Court with Rysand, and you know, he's kind of just telling her all about, you know, their secrets and how they do things and just learning her a lot of stuff. And you know, he's about to teach her how to fight, how to defend herself, and he's teaching her how to read, just stuff. And she's getting to know like his people there, his friends and his allies, and just kind of that we have right now. And that part's pretty slow, but that's what we have right now, like just her getting into her new life at Night Court. So nothing really too excited. I'm excited though to see, because obviously I've read it before, but I'm excited to see when, because I want to meet Tamlin again, and I want to see like how he's gonna react and now what he's gonna do when he realized that Bear is there by herself. You know what I mean? Like by her own, you know, she's not forced. She wanted to be there, and I'm just excited to kind of have that reunion. So that's what I'm waiting for. I don't know when it's gonna happen because I don't remember. I'm obviously also waiting for the romance between Fairy and Rysand. That's just what I'm waiting for, what I want right now. Okay, so I filmed the video and I wanted to edit, and I want to edit it right now so I can put it up tonight. That's the goal. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna take a little while, and then we'll see if I can sit out in the sun for a bit. That would be really nice. But we'll see, or maybe go for a walk in the beautiful weather. But first I need to edit the video. It is finally Friday. It's around 3 o'clock. I worked until 2 and I'm so excited to have the weekend off. I'm so happy I could cry, not to be dramatic or anything, but it's just been a week. I feel like I say that every week, but every week is a week in its own way. You know, there's always something. So I've just gotten home, washed my hair, and I'm going to hop on the couch to read some and maybe nap. But I wanted to update you guys on the book because I have read a bit since I last talked to you. I've gotten up to page 373. So I'm past halfway, and my goal and plan for this weekend is to finish it. I do have other stuff to do, other plans, but it would be nice and fun if I could finish this as well. But no pressure, just that would be a goal. Okay, so I don't really know what to talk to you guys about because it's it's a pretty big chunk of the book in the middle that's like slow paced where nothing really happens. Well, a lot of things happen, but it's like Feyre's learning a lot about the Night Court and how they work, and now there's a rumor that there's going to be a war between Spring Court and Night Court, and you know, is it because of Feyre? You know, Tamlin was supposed to be Feyre's husband and now Rhysand has her. It's like, is there going to be a war there? And just, you know, Feyre and Rhysand and their team alliance doing stuff, you know, for their people. It's just a lot of stuff like that that I, to be honest, find pretty boring. So it's been a chunk of this book right now that I found boring, and I'm hoping to get to more exciting parts, which I have done too, because oh my god, can we talk about the jealousy trope? Like, I know, don't come at me, I know jealousy is a toxic trait, and you know, it's not always good, but a little bit of jealousy, hear me out, like girls, a little bit of jealousy in a man, like, isn't that the hottest thing there is? And like, I can't with Rhysand. Like, isn't this so sexy and so hot? And we're finally getting something between Rhysand and Feyre. You know, it's so fucking slow paced, not only the book, the fantasy, but also the romance. So nothing has really happened yet, but we do have, you know, them obviously catching feelings for each other, and it's just perfect. But yeah, mostly we're learning a lot about the Night Court. We're learning about the people there, the history of it, how they work today, how they operate, how they do stuff in comparison to the Spring Court. Because in book 1, A Court of Thorns and Roses, we learned a lot about Spring Court, you know, the history of Spring Court, the people there. And now we're learning about Night Court in the second book. So it's a lot of like history with that, because we're being introduced to a whole new land, a whole new court, you know, so it's a lot about that. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get some reading done today before I'm heading to my boyfriend's apartment. And yeah, I will update you guys once I have something to update you guys on. I also do have the movie update. I mentioned that we were watching a Jim Carrey movie, and it was called Fun with Dick and Jane, I think, and we watched it. It's a pretty old one, I think, but just a Jim Carrey movie that we haven't watched, so we wanted to watch it. For one, I do like Jim Carrey, but his characters is just a lot. And we've also watched Ace Ventura, which is also Jim Carrey, and you know, his characters he's playing is just a little bit too much sometimes, but I really enjoyed Ace Ventura. Fun with Dick and Jane was kind of boring and just not really anything special, but still, I do like a good Jim Carrey movie. And we are hoping to watch Ace Ventura, the second movie, because I believe there are multiple ones. So yeah, that's with the movie updates, and that just haven't been watching any other movies, unfortunately. It is Sunday, it's around 1:30 o'clock afternoon, and I want to jump on here and update you guys that I almost finished the book, but I want to talk to you guys before I finish it. I'm on page 593 and I have this much left, so I'm almost done with it. I would have finished it this morning, but I wanted to talk to you guys before I do, because where I just ended, it's very exciting and it's like the moment that I've been waiting for. Okay, so as Rhys and Feyre are getting closer, Feyre learns some secrets about Tamlin that used to be, you know, her ex, almost to be husband, soon to be husband. Some secrets about him, because Tamlin told her a lot of things about Rhys, but now Feyre is kind of learning the truth, what actually happened. There's a lot of like family feud back with Rhys and Tamlin's family between Spring Court and Night Court, and now Feyre finally learns the truth that Tamlin did also do horrible things, which he did not mention. He just like called out Rhys that he was a horrible person because he did that and that, but Tamlin was no prince either. So she's finally learning the truth about all of that past. We also finally got a reunion between Feyre and some of the people in Spring Court. Not Tamlin, I will get to that soon, but we did get a reunion of Feyre and Lucien. You know, Lucien and Tamlin has been trying to find her for months, but I guess that like Rhys has been hiding her with magic, and after like 2 months he found her, and he was like surprised when Feyre said that she left, you know, by herself, like she didn't want to be there, you know. Rhys is not forcing her to do anything, and it was just nice to hear that. It was just nice to finally get to Lucien and Tamlin understanding that. But yeah, we haven't gotten a Tamlin reunion yet, but I will get to that. But it was so fun to see how Lucien was going to react when he saw what Feyre had become, and I've been waiting for that reunion for such a long time, so I'm so excited about it. We also finally have some spice between Feyre and Rhysand, because as we all know, they're getting closer, and we have also now found out that they're mates. And apparently Ryzen has known this for a while, but he hasn't told Fairy, and Fairy finds out from someone else, and she's pissed about it. She's obviously very hurt. You know, they promised each other no secrets. I don't want you to keep anything from me, and he kept the biggest thing ever. Like, being a mate is like above husband or wife. It's above everything else. If the mating bond clicks between two people, like, they're mates for life. That's what we waited for in book 1. We waited for the mating bond to click between Tamlin and Fairy, but it never did. And that was because she was supposed to be with Rysand. So this bond has been clicked in for like a while, but he just never told her. Until now. Now she knows, and she's pissed, and she kind of flees away from him for a while, but it turns out good. We all know where it leads, and it's just, I love that they're together for real now. Like, it's been hundreds and hundreds of pages, just like funny flirting, teasing each other, and now we finally have the real deal, and I'm so fucking happy about it, because these two people. We also have, that just happened, Night Court being attacked, and Fairy and Rysand and all the other people there, Cassian, just trying to rebuild the lands, and, you know, just, it's a lot of wars, a lot of like that stuff going on, very important stuff and creepy stuff going on. And where I just ended, I ended a chapter, we finally have a reunion with Fairy and Tamlin. I'm gonna read you how it ended. I just immediately wanted to keep reading, but I immediately want to talk to you guys before I continue on, because I just, okay. So, I began shaking my head as if I could unsee it as Lucian and Tamlin stepped into the light. So, we're finally getting a reunion, and I'm so fucking excited to just see Tamlin again. Not that I particularly want to see him, because I don't like him, I hate him, but I'm so excited to just like, what is he gonna do, what is he gonna say? Like, I've read this before, but I don't remember this encounter. I've been waiting for this particularly encounter for such a long time. How heartbreaking for Tamlin it's gonna be to see that Fairy and Rysand is mates. Like, what the fuck? I'm just very excited to see how he's gonna react and what he's gonna do, because, you know, I don't think it's gonna be pretty. So we have that, just a lot of things going on. We have this huge and beautiful romance, but there's also so much stuff, like important stuff going on in the world. Like, there's war coming, there's people threatening people, people are dying. It's just a lot of cruel stuff like that. And then we have the beautiful fantasy romance as well, and it's like this deep beautiful romance that I'm so happy that we have. So yeah, I'm very excited to finish it. I'm actually gonna sit down and finish it as of now, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys once I've done it. I think there's like 2 or 3 chapters left, obviously not a lot, so I'm super excited about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go out on the balcony. My boyfriend is actually here sitting on the balcony. I'm gonna go out with him to sit there, tan. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we started off with brunch. We got iced coffee and breakfast from a coffee shop. We ate that, and now we're gonna sit in the sun for a bit, and I'm gonna bring the book with me, read some, and yeah, I'm very excited about it. I also really wanna, I have cleaned because I have some exciting news to tell you guys. I'm getting a cat. I've grown up with cats all my life, and when I moved from home 2 years ago, like, I missed having animals, and I've been wanting to ever since, but I just never felt quite ready because I work full time and I'm never home. I don't know, but I've decided I'm doing it. I've already like bought a cat. I'm picking up in a week, almost a week, and I'm very excited about it. Yesterday, me and my boyfriend went to the pet store in this city, bought some stuff I'm gonna show. It's so cute. Bought some stuff for him, and I'm so excited to show you guys him, and just like for this next chapter in my life that's happening. I'm very excited, and I feel like a hole in my heart is gonna, you know, heal or repair itself. I don't know, because there's been something that's missing, and my boyfriend also loves cats, so like, don't worry. And eventually when we move in together, he's gonna come with us. We've already talked about it. It's just, I'm just very excited for this next chapter, and I'm excited to have a cat in my life again, and it's gonna be my cat, you know, it's gonna be my cat in my apartment, and I think it's just gonna be a special thing and create a special bond. So it's a little guy, it's a ragdoll. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm naming him yet. I want to show you guys him first and stuff. So yeah, but I'm gonna show you guys the things that we bought. Me and my boyfriend are going on Tuesday again to a bigger store to get more like toys for him. Like, I want a big like climb tree for him and all that stuff, but the little stuff I bought, and I'm gonna show you. But yeah, I also want to clean today. I've been cleaning the apartment for him to arrive and stuff like that, but I want to throw out some stuff. I want to organize. The closet in my hallway is a mess, and my wardrobe, my bookshelves, I need to clear out my bookshelves because I have so many books that doesn't fit. So I want to unhaul some books so I can fit the new books that I want there. And yeah, I just want to have a good day. It's Sunday and I have all day. It's 1:30. It's like I want to have a chill, relaxing day with reading and tanning, but also I want to be doing stuff that I'm not able to do when I work. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the things that I got for my new kitten that's coming. So yeah, don't judge me. I saw all of the pink stuff and I couldn't resist, even though it's a guy. We're not gonna discriminate by color here. Okay, so I got a litter box. It's pink. So fucking cute. And I'm obviously gonna have it in the bathroom, but I just haven't done that yet because he hasn't arrived yet, so. Isn't these the cutest things you've seen? Like, I could not resist. They only had one pair left. Aren't they gorgeous? Like, the pink color, I cannot. So fucking cute. And then a little koala bear right there. And obviously I'm gonna have like something to put under here because otherwise it's gonna be messy on the floor, but I haven't bought that yet. I'm going to though. But how cute. Have food in one and then water in one. Such a cute little space for him. And yeah, this is the closet that I want to organize. It's in the hallway and it's just a literal mess. You don't even want to look in here. It's a disaster, and I've just thrown garbage in here and like, I don't know, it's just a mess. So I want to clean this today, and I want to show you before, and then you're gonna see after, because that's gonna motivate me to actually do it. So this is the before and I'm gonna show you the after one. But first I'm going to finish the book, get some sun, sit on the balcony with my boyfriend and just enjoy the day. We'll tackle this later, I promise. Okay, I finished the book and oh my fucking god. The ending though and everything happened at the end was what a roller coaster. What a fucking roller coaster, and a lot of things that I couldn't remember. First of all, we have the thing with Lucien and Elaine. What the fuck is up with that? And I'm excited to see how that's gonna go because I did not remember that and I'm shook. I'm for real very shocked. And you know, we have that encounter with the Tamlin again, and this is just so fucking good because in order to save everyone, Feyre pretends that she was taken captive by Rhysand and kind of like puts up an act that she just woke up from kind of a force, you know, or whatever. In order to save everyone, she puts up an act and acts like she just woke up from like a spell, that she was under a spell with Rhysand, that he forced her to become mates and he forced her to live there with him, so that Tamlin will believe that she still wants to be with him rather than Rhysand, which is the actual case. So she puts up an act and it goes back to Spring Court with Tamlin and Lucien and pretends to be like happy again to be there, and she's like, thank you for freeing me, thank you for saving me, you know, in order to win over them and in order to eventually take them down. Like, that's her plan. She's becoming friends with enemies. And it's just funny because Lucien and Tamlin believes her, you know, and she puts up such a good act that like she was under spell with Rhysand and like that he forced her to do everything, which is obviously not the case. And through their mind connection, through their bond with their minds, like they reassure each other that like this is just an act, but like save everyone. She does it to save everyone, and it's just so heartbreaking, which is like such a heartbreaking scene and so dramatic and so many things happening. Such a good ending. She even takes it so far that she lets the King of Hybern break the mate bond, or at least that's what you believe. But then a chapter later, when you follow through Rystand's perspective, someone tells him that a bond like that can't be broken. So I don't know if it's broken or not. You're put up to believe that, but then they're like, no, you can't really break a bond like that. It's not like you can't, it's not possible. So I don't know if the mating bond is broken or not, but we're kind of believed to, and that obviously is so heartbreaking. It's so fucking heartbreaking. So yeah, now we kind of have Fairy going undercover, just trying to befriend Tamlin and Lucian again while she actually plots to take those freaking idiots down. So it's really funny. And like the last line was so fucking good and just made you so fucking excited about the next book and just like what's to come. So the last line was, and so Tamlin unwittingly led the High Lady of the Night Court into the heart of his territory. So good, so good. And I'm very excited to start the third book. And I'm very happy. I definitely enjoy this one much more than A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I do believe I did the first time as well. I just have forgotten about it. The first book is pretty boring, and this was just so much more everything. Not only romance, but also so many more fantastical elements as well. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm so excited to continue on rereading this series. But yeah, it is later in the evening, and me and my boyfriend are gonna go grocery shopping, buy stuff to make tacos, and then an early night because I have work tomorrow morning. So but yeah, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. And the next time, in the next vlog, you will see my new kitten, so that's very exciting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye.